Welcome to Cyborg 86. Today we're going to run this modified brushless jailbait build alongside the original, the Jeep. I've been posting a few videos about this rig, but today is the first day I get the brushless out on the rocks. And yeah, it still looks like a jumble of wires. It's not final yet. I'll tell you more at the end. I try to run the same lines most of the time, but this sequence here, I didn't get very close at all. The brushless version is using the LDARC X43 transmitter and the CR1400M receiver, and that allows me to adjust the steering endpoints. And I seem to be getting a little better steering out of the brushless version, though it looks better here than it really is, just because I was on the wrong line. In general, the brushless version performed a little bit better than the stock. I think mainly because the center of gravity is lowered so much. Also crawls a lot better, of course, a lot slower. But that wasn't the case every time. Sometimes the stock version crawled right up, and the brushless version struggled. This, however, was not one of those cases. Time after time I could not get the Jeep up, but the brushless version would crawl right to the top. A little bit of side hill there really threw the Jeep out of whack and made it roll over and over. Last clip was as close as I got. Here in a little bit, though, I'm going to have some trouble with the brushless. It's kind of a known issue, I think. I've seen it reported by a couple of people. The drive shafts slip inside each other. And I heard it was by design, so you wouldn't break the gears inside. But it's going to give me trouble here where I see that jumping? That's the drive shaft slipping. I'm going to work on that, see if I can come up with a solution. What I have in mind, I don't know if it'll work yet, but what I have in mind is to pull the two shafts apart, maybe lay a bead of glue along the edge, and then sand it down until it fits. That'd raise the surface just enough to hopefully get a grip so it doesn't slip in there. This is one of those times when the brush version seemed to do better. Had a terrible time getting the brushless up there. Several tries I haven't shown you, and this is the one that finally went. The stock version went up the first try without much trouble, so now I'm just trying different lines. I'm out here running this brushless prototype 136. Let's see, Jiabaile. No, Jiabaile. I guess that's how it's pronounced. Saw a video on that. Jiabaile. Video on that. I still might call it jailbait. It's just easier. I don't have to think too hard. Anyway, got a custom chassis. I put skids on the side to support the batteries. I wanted to lay them down, but there's not enough room, so I stood them up. Still a jumble of wires. It's not finalized. It's just a prototype. Got some changes I want to make, mainly up front. I got this support. It's a body mount, and I used magnets there too. And when I put it on there, it squeezes the chassis together, and that limits the shock travel it's hitting. So I want to modify that. I'll spread these out, and then I'll get a lot more travel. So you can see it's not getting much at all with this thing on there. So probably what I'll do is modify this and make it catch just enough in between those two so that I can glue it but not limit the travel. I might screw it on too, I don't know, instead of gluing. And I was thinking on the body, I opened up the back here to allow the shocks to travel in the rear, and that's working fine. But I was trying to figure out where to put the on-off switch and the charge port. Thought about putting it under here, but actually I'm thinking about just putting it right out the back window. Maybe I'll fill in the back window, put the charge port and an on-off switch, a pin I'd slide in there. And then maybe covered up with louvers. So I'd pull the louvers off and it'd be hidden. Not sure yet. Maybe a spare tire that sticks up. I could do that too, where I put a spare tire on the back and it hides it. So just thinking about stuff while I drive it. Somehow I tried to put the magnets on straight, and once again I got it crooked. Always do that. Don't know why. Anyway, it's holding and it works. It's just limiting the travel. I had this nice big area of rocks available to me all along the shore and this gorgeous view. But for these little crawlers, all I used was this little area right here. Everything you saw in the video. Very nice. Don't need a lot of rocks, just a few good ones. If you'd like to see a stock versus brushless X43, that'll be coming up soon. So I wonder if JS and TW are still together. Looks pretty serious. They carved it pretty deep. And happy crawling.